Hi guys, we are back. Welcome back to my podcast, and thank you so much for rejoining me. It's been a while. I am getting better at consistency with this podcast, but we're getting there. We are getting there. So we will be more consistent. But I really wanted to do today's podcast on failing because it is a very big thing that as a coach and as someone who's also dealt with the fear of failure and holding myself back for many years, I feel like it's a very big topic that I want to discuss, and hopefully it will help you guys. So I have some notes on the side. So if you are watching this video form and you see me looking over here, it's because I've made some notes. I usually do things freestyle, but I do waffle a lot, which is fine. But today I wanted to make sure that I got everything in that I want to talk about. So let's talk about a life update, I guess, before I go into the actual podcast. So at the moment, I am currently in a dieting phase for a potential photo shoot. I say potential, I am doing a photo shoot. It's just not booked yet. We don't know where it's going to be yet or what the vibe is yet. I just got some really fun ideas and I'm keeping it hush hush. So that is that. So we are currently dieting at the moment for that. And that means I'm currently doing 5 days training a week, which I always have done anyway. 4 lots of cardio per week. Calories are being dropped as and when they need to. And yeah, everything's moving in the right direction. Weight is dropping very slowly, but that is my body. I hold water like there's no tomorrow. So I do sometimes step on the scales and the weight's gone up and back down, but that is normal, girls. Like if you are in a fat loss phase, your weight is going to go up and down. It is completely normal. And I'm pretty sure I've actually done a podcast episode on that before. But maybe I'll do a new one soon. But yes, that is my little update about myself. Other than that, business as usual. We've had so much growth in the team recently. It's incredible. We've got so many clients coming back from like a few months ago, from a year ago, rejoining and really starting to take action on their goals again, which is really exciting as well. I love to welcome the previous faces back in the team. Like it really makes my heart warm knowing that they want to come back. They want to be part of what we've built and they loved the journey before. So I love that. As well as new clients as well. We've got a few calls today. We've had many calls this week and it's just growing. I'm so excited. So that is a little bit of an update. But like I said, I wanted today's podcast to be on failure because I think, like I said, it's something that we all fear is failure. But guys, the most successful people failed a million times to get to where they want to get to. The person you're idolizing, whether it's in health and fitness, career, whatever it is, failed to get there. And you might be like, well, they didn't because they're there. But they failed, got back up. It's resilience. You don't just do something once and you magically talented. I mean, there are, talented people that, do have those talents, but they still had to fail to get back up again, to get that resilience, to get to where they are. But I think a lot of the times when we fail, we get in our heads and we think, oh, I'm just not good at that, or I just can't do that, so I'm just going to give up. It's like, well, that's never going to get you to where you want to get to. So I want to talk about the fact that every time you fail and then you stop, that's actually the thing that's holding you back. Failing is moving you forward. You have to fail, get back up, learn, overcome, keep going, So I've got a little quote here that says, you didn't fail, you found a way that didn't work. So what? Get back up, try again. Now you're smarter. Now you're wiser. You've learned from that mistake. You've learned that doesn't work, or you've learned that you need to go again and you need to do something different. It's like, this just came to my head, but it's like doing a driving test, right? Like when I didn't pass my theory, I remember ringing my dad. I was like, yeah, I failed my theory. And he was like, how? And I was like, I don't know, but I did. So what did I do? I made sure that when I went in the next time, I didn't do what I did before. It's like when you fail your driving test, you go again and you're like, okay, well, this time I need to make sure that I learn from last mistake and we go again. Do you think people who don't pass their driving test, they just give up because they failed? No, they go again. They learn from their mistakes. They keep moving forward. And this is about health and fitness, your career, everything. Obviously, I'm a health and fitness coach, so it is related to health and fitness mostly, but it's everything in your life, guys. If you don't succeed at something, get up, try again. Okay. That doesn't mean keep banging on a door that's closed. If it's in your job, for example, that you're not enjoying it, you just keep getting back up and pushing, and you're not enjoying it, that's different. I'm talking about failing in something that you want to achieve in, yet you give up. Okay. So everyone who's ever succeeded has failed more than you actually know. So obviously, especially with social media, we only ever see the highlight reel. We only ever see it when the person's got there. And you don't know the struggles they've been through, or the mistakes they've had to make, or the failures they've been through to get to where they are, right? So you only see the person who's got the amazing fitness results. They haven't seen the struggle, the mindset shifts, the issues they've had going on in their life whilst they got to that result, the time it's taken. Like a lot of my clients, when I post their transformations on Instagram, a lot of people think, oh my God, that's only taken them like what, a few months? No, some of them have been with me for like a year, 2 years. Because why? We've had to work through a lot of mindset shifts. We've had to really build them up to get that result. And it takes time, but the results are incredible. Do you know what I mean? Even like when people start businesses and they get to a really good point in their business, I used to do this. I'd be like, oh, I can never be a successful coach because that person's got there. It's like, but that person took time to get there. It takes years to get there. It takes months to get there. It takes time. You just have to be willing to put in the work, What we don't see, the tears, the restarts, the breakdowns, the skip workouts, the mindset issue, like not issues, but the mindset, struggles we've had. People don't see that side of things. They just see the pretty picture on the outside or the end result, You don't understand what it took to get that person there. So if you're failing, it means you're doing something right because it puts you ahead of everyone else who's struggling to even get started. So that's a little bit of food for thought. And just relate this back to health and fitness. It could be that you miss 2 weeks at the gym. You're like, oh, what's the point of starting again? Every time I start, I just cannot seem to continue. So what's the point? I'm just going to give up. It's like, well, that's exactly why you need to start again. It's because you're already in the flow. So get back to it. Learn why you missed 2 weeks. Is it because you're on holiday? So enjoy yourself. Get back to it. Is it because you maybe had the all or nothing mindset? Is it because you weren't organized enough or you weren't motivated? How can we combat those things? So it's about learning. Okay, hold on a minute. Why did that happen? Let's come back and let's be better. But also be aware that those things are going to come up again. So what I find quite a lot, especially as being a coach, is, and especially even myself learning throughout the years, is that your excuses ain't going to go anywhere. And I've actually done a whole podcast episode on this. Like, your excuses aren't going anywhere. Those excuses that keep you stuck, they're going to come up again. Right? So it's not about, oh, I forgot to say, like, why did I make that excuse for, or I was going to go to the gym and then I did this instead. It's like, okay, but that excuse is going to come up again. So be prepared for it. Get ready for it. Get more resilient, Another thing in regards to health and fitness, is in regards to, binging on sweets or chocolate, or not even binging, because binging is a big word. And there's a very big difference between having no control over snacking and binging. It's a very different ballgame. Like, trust me, it's very different. But say, for example, we say, oh, I just can't stop snacking on that chocolate, or I ruined my progress this weekend. You didn't. You're a human being, okay? You need to learn how to navigate the weekend. You need to learn how to not have the all or nothing mindset. It's because you're probably so perfect in the week, it comes to the weekend, and you didn't enjoy the week, so then or you get that dopamine release. It's like, okay, well, make sure you add that into the week. Why do you think I eat chocolate every day, guys? I eat chocolate every day because it means I don't get to the weekend and I think, oh my God, I've restricted myself all week. I now need to go crazy. No, I enjoy it in the week. It's part of my lifestyle. I don't have that all or nothing mindset, But also, a setback doesn't cancel your progress unless you decide it does. Get back to it, get back up, learn, overcome. It's going to happen again. Get prepared for it. Another thing is, I've been training for 3 months. I still don't have abs, guys. It takes freaking time, okay? Your strength is up. You feel better. Your energy's higher. Your clothes are fitting nicer. That's progress. But a lot of you will just give up because you're not where you want to be in a few months' time or 6 months' time. Guys, the people that you're idolizing who've got to that end result, it took them time, probably years. But guess what? A couple of years are going to go by anyway. So surely in those couple of years, you want to be where you want to be rather than where you are now, just because you don't want to put the work in. It's the same with building a business. I hear this all the time. It's like, oh, it took too long. It's like, it took too long to build a business. It might take a few years, but that's better than spending the rest of your life in a miserable job you don't like, It's like, we're so used to that instant gratification. We need to get used to delayed gratification and enjoying the journey of getting there. We're not going to have it like that. And if you do reach that result like that, let me tell you, it'll probably be snatched away from you quicker than you think, whether it's fat loss, whether it's a job, whatever it is, like, because you haven't got the resilience to actually like maintain it and sustain it. Like, people who lose weight really quickly, they're going to put it on quicker. And I'm just being honest. That is just the way it is, right? Why? Because they haven't learned the mindset. They haven't learned the habits. Maybe they've done a quick fix that's then slow down the metabolism. You'll end up back at square one. So if you see your friend losing weight really quickly and you're doing it more sustainably, and I get this a lot with clients who their friends are doing XYZ and they're like, well, they're losing weight quicker than me. Maybe I should do that. I'm like, you can do that, but you'll end up putting the weight back on, just like your friend will, in the nicest way. That's just how it works. Because if you do something quickly, it's not sustainable. Simple as that, right? Another thing is, you try journaling or meditating or doing affirmations if you're trying to get into mindset stuff, but it didn't feel any different. So what's the point? It's like, it's going to take time. When I first started journaling, I was like, this is so boring. I have got a million things to be doing. I don't have time for this. Now it changes my life. Why? Because I was consistent at it. I did it even when I didn't want to do it. New habits take time. Okay? It's like training your glutes. A lot of people want to, they're like, I'm training glutes twice a week for the past 3 weeks. I don't see any growth. Guys, muscle building takes time. I've been training for like 8-9 years, if not longer. It still takes time. I'm still nowhere I want to be. That's the excitement of it. That's the fun of it. It's a continuous journey. You shouldn't just want to get to that result and then stop. You should enjoy the process of working on yourself. Okay. Another thing could be that you started therapy or your mindset work, like I said earlier, but you still feel stuck. It's like it's gonna take time. It's gonna be messy before it gets clearer. That's just how it is. Same with meal prepping. Same with starting a fitness journey. A lot of the girls when they first joined me, they were like, "Oh, like life's just really busy right now. Maybe I should have started in a few months within their first week, or I can't get my head around this. I'm so sorry I'm making this mistake." It's like, you're going to make mistakes. It's going to take time. You're changing your life. It's going to take time. So yeah, we have to be resilient over motivated, okay? And resilience fades. I'm sorry, motivation fades. It's unreliable, right? You can't be like, oh, I'm just going to train when I'm motivated, or I'm just going to meal prep when I'm motivated. You're never going to get anywhere. It's probably why you listen to this podcast, okay? So what matters is when you do the things when you don't want to do it the most. That's what's going to get you there. And also by getting back up after you fail, because failing is good. Failing is failing forward, you know? So I also want to go through, alongside that, failing, but also giving things time, because they both work hand in hand, right? So you didn't get to where you are right now overnight. So you're not going to get out of it overnight. Simple as that. You didn't gain, if you're trying to lose weight, you didn't gain the weight overnight, although it might have felt like it. It took time. It's going to take time to lose it, but you're going to get there. The only way you're not going to get there is by giving up. Okay. So whether it's weight, mindset, strength, or just self-worth and confidence, it's going to take time. And you might be like, oh, but I don't want it to take time. I want it now. Guys, we all want it now. I'm freaking so impatient. I'm probably one of the most impatient people ever. But shit takes time. Otherwise, you ain't going to get there. And this is it, right? A lot of women will be like, oh, but I don't want it to take 6 months or 3 months or a year. However long it's going to take for you individually, right? So what, you'd rather live the rest of your life miserable and unhappy where you are because you can't give it 6 months? It's like, come on now. Well, my friend did it and it took her 3 weeks, 6 weeks. Yeah, she's going to get back to square one in the nicest way, because it's just not reliable. Every quick fix you've ever tried, tell me, why are you still not there? Because it doesn't work. Yeah, you have to do things that's sustainable. So you have to make sure that you give it time. Okay. The results that you want are on the other side of consistency. So most people quit right before they're about to get to where they want to get to. They're like, oh, it's so hard, I'm going to give up. It's like, you're literally almost there. Why would you give up now? Progress isn't always visible, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. This is a big one, right? I'll have a lot of ladies who might stand on the scales, scale weight goes up. They're like, oh, why am I not seeing the result? Or the progress pictures has been 2 weeks and they can't see a difference. It takes time, guys. It's happening, but it might not be visible right now. But in 4 weeks, it will be. In 6 weeks, it'll be even more. 3 months, it'll be even more. 6 months, transformed. You know, a year from now, different person. Takes time. Okay, you have to trust the process. And then also I've just said here as well, like, you're not failing, you're building. The early stages of your journey, whether it's business, health and fitness, whatever it is, it's personal development, becoming this new version of you, it's going to be messy. You feel like you're not getting anywhere, but you are, I promise. So every gym session, every choice you make, every sacrifice you make, every hard day that you push through, it's the compound effect, right? It's adding up. It's getting you there. You don't plant a seed and dig it up every week to check if it's growing. You water it and you wait. It's the same thing. Okay. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed listening to this podcast. I want you to remember, you're going to fail. You're going to mess up. You're going to make mistakes. That's okay. It doesn't mean that you just can't get there. It just means you need to get back up, learn, keep growing. The more mistakes you make, the wiser you get. Simple as that. Okay. So you have to think about giving it time, being patient, enjoying the journey. When you make a mistake, be like, oh wow, I made a mistake. How can I learn from this? Perspective. Okay. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll be back every week now with more podcast episodes, and I will speak to you soon.